Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead, and today I'm trying out some 1964 Elliott Kush. It's a nice laid-back situation, which is not what the world is today. The world today feels a lot like the chaos of high school. Like we're living on a high school. The globe is a high school. And the US and Canada are right now the hippies and the bullies. And they're going at it. The hippies are just hanging out at the smoke pit trying to get their smoke on. And the bullies are down on the football field looking at the smokers going, I want to fucking you. We need a space to throw the ball, dude. So they decide they're going to come over and they're going to just like, we need that spot. You know what? The hippies fight back, bro. And I think we're seeing a lot of that. I'm proudly Canadian. I've always said, though, that I would never go to war for a country. And then this rhetoric bullshit started. And I was like, you know what? I would go to war for a country. Maybe it's because I know that I have an implanted defibrillator. So I'll probably just be the guy in the communications tower being like, bomb over here. Do over that. Do over that. Shoot over that. I'm a little stoned. This stuff is pretty good, man. It's a nice relaxed high. Anyway, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I've been watching, dude, I've been watching a lot of, Trump and Elon Musk clips. I feel like everybody else. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad because he just says whatever the fuck he wants. But then, the people, the American people, oh, dude, they get on TikTok and they go fucking balls to the wall on that shit. They just double the fuck down. We don't need any of your bullshit. You're basically, we're paying for your living. What? Okay. These deals are deals. Countries make deals. That's how they get along and live side by side. Which, yes, is ridiculous. But at the same time, that's the way it is. Right? So now we're bitching and moaning at each other about how stupid one is and how, we're not just a pushover. I know that we get this, nice rap of being, the happy-go-lucky, really nice people, right? But, you could push a nice person too far. So what happens if you push a nice country too far? Well, shit happens, and we push back. The difference is that, like I said, the U.S. is kind of coming into this as, the roided up bully trying to just take more space for the football field. Where the hippies are sitting back being like, okay, let's plan this. Let's see what we can do. It's like the Vikings. It's like when the Vikings would try to raid England and the Vikings would just walk up with sword and shield, and then the fucking English had catapults coming out of their kingdoms and the catapults and these Vikings would just get smashed with oil balls and burn. And then they would have to go away. And then years and years later, 4 or 5 years later, 4 years later, let's say, they would come back, okay? And they would try again. And this way, this time they would have, ways around the pouring of oil. And, dude, it was brutal back then. But, that's kind of, what's going on right now without the oil. Although, there have been threats of things, right? So, I don't know. It's hard to judge. At the same time, I really believe that, the American education system is fucked. And I don't know if it's because they must just spew propaganda, how great it is, but do they keep their people down so that they can control them? Because I get that every government sort of does that a little bit, right? But I feel like we still get a pretty good education. Or maybe we just take more time to learn, period. Maybe it's a whole, was the U.S., I guess, was the U.S. founded by barbarians? Because that's what it seems like the level of education we're dealing with in some cases here. I'm not saying every Canadian is brilliant. I'm just saying that, I like the fact that when the big bullies, led by the fucking Oompa Loompa with gigantism, in an effort to rile us up, we just kind of went back and went, okay, give it your best shot. And then we went and was well, we're just going to do this. Yeah, we're just going to sit back here by the fire. We're going to have some whiskey. We're going to write this document and we're going to fire back at you. And then watching them retreat a little, you know? It's kind of fun. I think that people really underestimate Canadians. Canadians have fucking resolve, dude. You know, like I don't know. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. So, back in any world war, Canadians were known as the dudes that did not so nice shit. You know? We're not braggadocious about it. We don't go out there with our chest out and our lion's mane all flared and fluffy. We don't do that. We kind of sit back in the corner going like, I see what you're doing. All right, Charles, bomb him now. You know? We wait. Retaliation. The best offense is a better defense. Just saying. But it's really nice to see all the unity. It really is. And I don't know how Americans don't learn. Like, if you're just told something, like, you just take it as fact, no matter what it is or where you heard it, you're just like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And then you just keep spewing it out. And again, I'm not saying everybody, but the people that are on TikTok that are pretty pissed off about, you know, us doing our thing and you trying to take us over, they don't really seem to understand what's going on, you know? And I don't remember where I was going with that because I just got, you know, the high hit me. Sorry. Fuck. My brain went, and I even took Alpha Brain. And it's still like, what the fuck is happening right now? I just don't understand how you can follow a dude that just makes shit up. The guy, there's audio of him calling Isaac Newton Isaac Neutron. He questions Biden's fucking sanity. And I'm not a supporter of Biden. I'm not a supporter of Trump, okay? But like, I'm not really into politics like that. But how do you question a dude's sanity and you're making up names? And you're making up facts? Like, do you guys understand that when he got into the White House, he was like, you know, I don't know who this guy is that fucking made these deals with Canada here, but like whoever did that was really bad at it. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. Dude, it was you. There's video evidence of you signing the papers for the deal that you are complaining about, bro. Like, does nobody look at this and go, maybe don't say that again, huh? Maybe don't say that in the first place. Maybe just like brief him. Walk up and be like, I know he probably doesn't listen, but like be like a kid. Grab on his coattails, like actually grab and be like, come on. Don't say dumb shit. I don't think he can't not say dumb shit, but dude, he says outlandish crap. He makes up facts, makes up names, and then he doubles down on that shit. He just, like, if he's questioned, he just, bam, right back into it. Dude, what a guy. I swear to God, the U.S. is going to idiocracy. I've said it a bajillion times, but, like, you guys are going to be wearing Crocs and watering your lawn with Gatorade soon. What the fuck is happening? I'm not saying that the Canadian political landscape is that much better. I'm just saying that I think that we have a better tolerance for action. Instead of just, like I said, puffing up and peacocking and fucking going after whatever the fuck you think you want to have. There's a strategic way to do it, you know? And you do it step by step, methodically. This motherfucker is like Godzilla rampaging. Just, I want everything. Breathing fire, just making fun of everybody, calling everybody assholes and dickheads. Was that video? There was a video on TikTok of I think it was like the Taiwanese prime minister, and he was telling him something, and Trump goes, "Speak English," and the guy goes, "Fuck you." Like, I think that was the funniest shit ever. The look on Trump's face was like, wait, what? I don't know. Maybe it's good, but I gotta tell you, from what I know about tariffs, the people that are talking about how tariffs are great for them, listen, if there's anything you need to know, American citizens, if there's tariffs on us, you're paying the tariffs, and so are we. We're both paying them, okay? Your cost of living is gonna go up as well. Because when a good comes into your country, and then you have to pay for it, right? So when it comes into your country, that person now has to pay 25% more for that good to come into your country. Then that 25% gets handed down to the distributor, to the manufacturer, the distributor, to the retail place, to the whatever business comes after that. So all of that stuff is just going to raise prices. Like, I don't know political shit, but I do know actions. And the actions of this is like a sporadically, or not a sporadic, like a spastic takedown of everything. I get that it's a rush, and I know that they have their like 2025 plan, but I think that it might be a little unhinged. I think that they need to smoke a doob, dude. I think the next time the bullies come over, we as the hippies should offer them just like a peace pipe and be like, hey, take a minute in here. We're just going to close you in this office. You smoke that whole thing. After that, you come out. We'll talk about it. We'll see where it lies. Because the hatred for like from Canadians to Americans, from Americans to Canadians is getting out of hand. You know? With their I do have to say this, and it's probably because I'm biased, but Canadians definitely have a much more sarcastic and funny way of arguing the situation as opposed to Americans. Americans just seem like they're like your older sister yelling at you for taking the last cookie because she saved it, you know? Like... You came home yesterday, you got it, you went in the cookie jar, you took my cookie, that was my cookie, I had saved that cookie was supposed to be mine when I got home. Yeah, well, I ate the cookie. What do you want me to do? Well, I want you to give me reparations for my cookie. Reparations? What? That's... Sorry, in my head right now, that's the picture I have, is two siblings fighting, but like one is the American flag or like a horse, maybe? No, the eagle. I guess it would have to be the eagle, right? So it's the eagle fighting a beaver. But they're painted in the flags of their respective countries. See, that's Canadian like argumentative thought there, right? Or thought process. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Dude, I'm so high. I hope you're enjoying the sesh. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I just can't believe that we're fighting so much. And I gotta say again, like, it's amazing to me that the amount of fucking national pride that came out of telling the U.S. to fuck off. But seriously, how do people not... Like, their education system must be so bad. I don't know, man. I wonder. Like, I feel like the only thing that they're taught is like what America did amazing. You know? Like, oh, we colonized the West. We set up democracy. We did this, we did that, like whatever. I don't know. Whatever the thing is. I'm just rambling now. I don't know. I used to think that like it's worth listening to everybody. I talked about this in a couple episodes ago, and I was saying how you should give everybody a listen, right? So that you can see both sides of the coin, the argument, whatever. After watching all these clips of him, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't really know what he's trying to do, and I don't claim to try and to be saying that I totally understand this. I'm just looking at it from a behavioral issue. Okay? If you're the president or the leader of any country, like, diplomacy. Diplomacy is the way to go. You know? Not not fuck you and everybody around you. I don't know enough to comment on like where I think it's going. I just see a guy that seems to be somewhat unhinged. He's really good at PR, but like I feel like if he's complaining about Biden and his fucking faculties, dude, somebody's got to check this guy out. He says shit that's so random. He was supposed to be at some like what is it? What was it? I forget. Anyway, he was doing some speech and he was supposed to be talking about a specific place because it was like an award or something, or it won award or something like that. And he goes on a tangent about tariffs. Like, he's so focused on, I don't know, man. It's a weird time in life for sure. You know, I do like the banding together of countries. I do like seeing things sort of tighten up and shift. Something's coming. Something's going to pop off. It feels more and more like that. Everybody's sort of tightening up. Like the French Prime Minister is yelling about, is not yelling, but like, you know, trying to get more attention on, you know, alliances that aren't going to, that can push back, I guess. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy living now. I was born in 1981. In 1990, it was like like, when I grew up as a teenager, it felt like all the time was just time, right? You just had time. Nothing was really going crazy. I mean, there were a few like wars in Europe and stuff, but here it doesn't really affect you. But now that there's this like crazy shit that's happening here, it affects you. It makes you think about it, because now you're looking at, you know, Russia and Ukraine going like, well, that's happening over there and that's horrible, but at least it's not happening here. Or I'm happy that it doesn't happen here. Now you got a guy telling their neighbor that they want to take you over and basically just take your resources. And the neighbor's like, what? Hold on a second here, you know? All I could say is that we defended our border once. Twice, I think. Once. Well, the War of 1812, we defended it then. Yeah. So we did it at least once. So I feel like we could do it again. Again, people take Canadians for granted. Trump talks a whole lot of mess. Dude, that guy, like, do you think he's getting laid? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe because he's like, what, 70 something or 70? Like, maybe Melania's like, what the fuck? No way, dude. I don't know. Maybe he just needs like a good blowjob. Because I feel like, okay, these are the reasons why I think that. Okay, he's fixated on tariffs, even though tariffs overall are going to be as hard on his economy as it will be on anybody else's. Okay, he's trying to, like, seemingly with Elon Musk, slowly dissolve the government, and he's basically acting like a giant cranky baby. Like, he's not getting his dick sucked, so he's freaking out and trying to take over all the lands, you know? And to see that reality, you're like, oh, an unhinged person, great. I'm not saying that, like, you know, he's gonna be like something, because I don't understand. I'm not involved in it enough to have like a real, I couldn't debate somebody on this. I'm just, again, going by behavior. And by behavior, this looks like an unhinged person who is having like a temper tantrum and just wants all the toys. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels. And it feels like the roll off of that into American culture is causing some of the lower end of intelligence to start fucking barking. And telling you to, it's amazing how quickly you just go to how stupid you are. You know what I mean? Like, people, so all these different videos with people talking about what they don't need from Canada, they always start the same way. Like, fuck you, we don't need anything from you, you guys are stupid. Like, okay, why? You tell us why. Because we haven't caused any shit, and the guy that you're following right now, or is leading you at least, is trying to like poke the bear. That sounds like nervous chatter to me, man. That sounds to me like you're scared before being scared because you know the scared is coming. You know? I don't feel like there's a lot of thought put into it. I think that a lot of what comes from mainstream media and, you know, the political swing of things, people just take it for face value. A lot of people take it for face value. But then when they talk to you about it, you wonder how they could tie you. Like, do they wear Velcro shoes? Because, like, that's the only thing that makes any kind of fucking sense to me, man. There's no way somebody that starts going off about how they don't need anything from the country that they've been trading with for a long time, like, can say that with a straight face. Because, like, if you are a border state, there's a good chance that you're using our power. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably a big thing. And you know, you guys may deal for the gas that we sell you. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've read a few things and it just seems asinine to me. It also seems asinine to me. It tells you a lot about your character when you turn around and at the first sound of what somebody tells you the other person did wrong, it's like watching a fight. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like watching a fight, okay? And there's always that person in the back that's chirping and like talking shit about both people to get both people riled up, right? That's what like the American public is on TikTok. They're constantly going off on how Canada is this and how Canada is that, right? But they're like the ignorant idiot off to the side just being like, yo, he said that he'd fuck your mom. You know, or he said he banged your sister last night, dude. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You know, that's what's going on. And then the smarter people are like, hey, let's just watch a fight. Let's watch what happens here. That's exactly what's going on. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't you feel as though the world has turned into a fucking high school and we're just out on the playground fighting for territory? Talking shit about each other's moms? Throwing eggs at each other? Talking about how you're going to come over and beat me up on my doorstep. That's what it feels like right now to live in North America. It's also a very prideful time because I like Canadians banding together and I like it when a bully is told to go fuck himself. Like, you talk about being nice and whatever. Sure, you're nice and polite. I'll politely kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying a tough guy would say that. Tough guy Canadian. A lumberjack from fucking Vancouver, bitch. That's all I'm saying. You don't generally want to press the nice guy. The nice guy's all fun and games until you fucking drop the gloves, bro. As far as I know, I didn't play hockey, but I would. That was my favorite part about watching hockey. Fights. And Canadians we're fine with losing a tooth. It's okay. We have good dental plans. You know? You can like, you know, break your arm. It's fine. Just go get it fixed for free. It's all I'm saying. I don't know why you'd want to attack that guy. You don't know what that guy does in his free time. You know what the big bully does in his free time? Steroids and stupid shit. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that you got to watch who you push. Because sometimes it's true. You can't always fight fights with like just your muscles. Sometimes you got to use your brains as well. And I think as Canadians, we'd prefer to do that to conserve our energy in the fights in case of the war. And it feels like shit's going to pop off. I don't think it's actually going to pop off. I hope. I don't know. Dude, it's questionable. The guy keeps ramping everybody up. Anyway, that's all I have to say. That's all I want to talk about today. Oh, I had to get that off my chest. Hope you enjoyed the sesh. Or those are my thoughts off the stem for this week. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. I hope you come back next week. Visit tots420.com. Check out all the blogs and everything there. Yeah. I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed the sesh. I wanted this to go. It didn't go. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed the sesh. Until next time, keep your lids low, baby.